Welcome to Ubuntu TV. My name's Karen Burge and today I'm here with Libby. Would you like to share your story, Libby, on how following the nutritional guidelines has assisted you with your condition?
Definitely. So I was diagnosed with cervical cancer 4 months ago. I knew there was something not right about 6 months ago. So when I got that diagnosis again after 18 years of being in the clear, it was a bit of a shock. But I basically done a few things with my diet, increased my CBD intake and also used it internally as well. So I only twice a week with using Thura cream once a week. And when I went in to have my biopsy to see how far the cancer cells had gone in, to see if I'd have a hysterectomy or not, there was no cancer cells at all. So I was shocked. I think I was more shocked at that than I was about the first, diagnoses. It was just unbelievable, but it's believable, and I'm blessed, very blessed, and yeah, I can't really describe it in any other way. Nature's medicine.
Nature's medicine. That's so exciting. So.
Yeah.
What was your doctor's response?
Yeah, so when I was explaining to him what I did now for a living, working at Ubuntu Wellness Clinic and helping sick people every day, I explained to him what we do here and also how I was using the oils for my own treatment. You could tell he was intrigued, but he sort of gave me also that impression where it was like, oh yeah, that could be nonsense, Yeah. But the more he waited for the gel to turn the cancer cells white, and they didn't, you could see that he was more and more baffled by, what am I seeing here? What is going on? So that was, I sort of was just having a chuckle, as you can imagine, with your legs in stirrup, with your gyno. But it was really bizarre because I could see the TV. They have a massive TV on the wall, and all I could see was my cervix. And he sort of kept putting this gel more and more, and he's like sitting back, waiting, looking. I'm talking about Ubuntu and the different things that we see every day, the different almost miracles that we see every day. And then I'm looking at my cervix thinking, what is going on? And he couldn't understand it either. So in the end, it was just a case of, well, let's just see how you're going within 12 months. We'll do another pap smear. He said, there's nothing I can see today. He said, I don't know really how to explain this. And I just kept thinking the whole time, I went into shock. I knew I was doing something good when I was doing my internal oils and things like that, but I really didn't. I just thought because it was the second time that it had come back, that it was probably not going to be as good of outcome as it was the first time 18 years ago. But I was, not prepared for the shock of, oh my God, I can't believe there's nothing there. Like, that was more of a shock than hearing it that I had cancer again. Yeah. So, that's
beautiful.
That's my experience.
And I know you followed the guidelines, but also your general, your mind too. Your mind, you went into, it gave you a bit of a scare, which it does for everyone, a diagnosis of cancer.
Yeah.
There's that little bit of a scare, but it also was like a wake-up call.
Definitely.
And it pushed you into, no, I'm going to beat this, and your determination and your will to overcome that challenge that was dealt with you. And of course, working where you've got the best
support.
possible.
Yeah, the best support. What I did as well, which I think really did help, is I refused to talk about it negatively. So I didn't even really like to talk about it. I felt uncomfortable talking about it, especially when I speak to dying, palliative care people daily, and you sort of think, oh geez, am I going to end up in their situation, or what's going to happen? But so I just refrained from talking. I didn't want to talk about it, even with my mum and Chloe, I just didn't want to talk about it. But then when I did talk about it, I'd only speak about it positively, like it's going to be fine, I'll just have an operation and that's the end of it. It's going to be fine. So I think that really helped as well, having that mindset of I will be fine no matter what happens, as well as doing what I could do with natural medicine. It was just, that was the game changer, massively, And it's all happened for a reason. Like, I was meant to work here, I was meant to go through that. Since I've just had that experience in the last, 2 months, I've spoken to at least 5 women who are in the same similar situation now, and I feel so blessed that I can actually pass on that bit of knowledge without having to only hear chemo or radiation or obviously there's times for that, but I don't believe that's what everybody should be rushing to. I think they need to give their body a chance with the right natural medicine to heal, and that's exactly what I can only say that's my experience, and that's what's happened to me. So I'm a firm believer. It's been a spiritual journey as much as health, as much as anything. It's the day I found out about my diagnosis, I had booked a spiritual reading as well that night, and when I met Willow, the spiritual healer, she picked up on my energy straight away, and we'd never met before or anything like that, but she kept holding her belly and saying, there's trauma that you haven't resolved. She said, I feel like it's a child, it's coming from your womb. And I just burst into tears, because to me, it's exactly what it felt like. I felt like when I first had cervical cancer 18 years ago, Chloe, my daughter, was a baby, and I just always did not feel that I felt protective of her, but I didn't feel that nurturing connection straight away that I really thought that every woman felt when they had a baby. And then I struggled with that our whole lives together. And when that happened, when I got the diagnosis this year, and then when Willow confirmed that it does need to be healed, that part of me, and I spoke to Chloe about that, and we both broke down in tears, because she felt it as well, She picked up on that as well throughout her life, and I really do believe that was part of the healing process. I did have to mend that with her, and I did have to let go of that grief and that that anxiety around all that, and I think that's what also helped as well, that mindset change.
Thank you, Libby, for sharing your story. We're so excited for you, and it's another great testimony that whole plant cannabis will always be superior to synthetic or isolated compound. This plant was given to our people to consume as food and medicine. Our ancestors have been consuming it as food and medicine for thousands of years with no recorded deaths ever. And we believe here at Ubuntu that all Australians deserve immediate affordable access. It is our basic fundamental human right, and then everyone would have the opportunity to be happy and healthy.
Amen.
Amen.